All right, then. So let's switch gears and talk about Build Right this morning. Today, we are more or less trying to take planning permit approvals at a glance and taking it through the district offices. And today we're going to Somolu. And joining me right now, town planner Mafikuyomi Ogunbowale ABAYOMI is here. He's an assistant director, town planning services with LASPPPA, that's the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and he's the district officer for Somolu local government. Town planner Ogunbowale, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Victor.
And how are you doing?
I'm cool.
Okay. You need to get closer to the microphone so we can hear you very well. How was the journey here, by the way?
Yeah, very fine.
It was very good?
Yes.
Okay,
fine.
So turn to your left and you have the big cameras, the big screen that was here. What do you make of it? The roads?
Yeah, the road is free.
It's free?
Yeah.
All right. It's your first time of being here, right?
Yes, of course.
And what do you make of this big screen that you're seeing now?
Yeah, it's a nice thing. It's a good innovation. And I'm even happy of even coming to the studio for the first time.
Wow.
So
Wow.
That's a nice one.
So you listen to traffic radio?
Yes.
All the time?
I'm an ardent listener.
Oh, great. So you're one of our ambassadors, so to say.
Yes.
All right. So I know that this week the Lagos State Physical Planning Summit has been on. Is that correct?
Yes.
How was it?
It was very fine. Very fine. In fact, you missed. Mr. Victor, you should have been there.
Yes.
Yes, you should have been there.
I
because,
know.
We have in attendance even the former minister,
Right.
former governor. So
Right.
a lot of the big guns in the states
Okay.
who is into the beauty environment are there.
They were there. You need to get to the microphone very well so that we can hear you. So a lot of the big guns were there too.
Yes.
Right. And that is going to chart a way forward on so many things that relates to the urban space. Is that correct?
Yes, we're quite sure.
Okay, great.
We have set a great motion on that.
Wonderful. So let's talk about the amnesty program for planning permit approvals. We're talking about the completed buildings in Lagos. How is that campaign going in your own district?
Yeah, it's been a fine, Somolu is an old settlement. Actually, before the amnesty, the development in Somolu is not like in other stations where we have most of vacant land.
It's an already developed place.
Developed place. So buying and rebuild is what is going on.
Okay.
And as an investor, once you come up, you definitely must get approval before you can. There is no ideal place in Somolu. So, but then too, some people for one reason or the other will have escaped. The amnesty has been open onto them, and they've been responding with very, very encouraging.
They've been coming to your office?
Yes, of course.
Like how many come in a week, in a day?
In Somolu, Somolu is a bit up area, so we have enough.
Okay.
They're very, very encouraging.
Like how many come to your office on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, about 6, 7.
6?
Yes.
Wow. So you have to process these planning approvals for them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So someone will be asking the question, why do I need a planning permit for my building?
Well, it's one, indeed, we have regulations that we use in guiding the states as regards physical planning. There is no how you can build without having a permit. One, we need to regulate what you want to build. We should have information about what you want to build. So it's compulsory for government to allow you to get approval before you can move to site. You are aware of the incident collapse. So if they are building and we are not aware, how do we even guide whatever they are doing? So we need to process their document. And it's also a document that is very good for the investor. You keep it, it's just like a school certificate. You cannot just be saying you are this, you are that without having a certificate to back you up.
Okay.
So
it's needed.
It's needed. It's a compulsory document.
So how long will this amnesty program, how long will it last?
Yeah, well, this second phase, we started in March, which ended in June, and the other one should be ending in this October.
Right.
But
so it started in May. May to July.
May to July. Then another
August
one, August to October.
All right. So very soon to come to an end.
Yes. Well, as at the discussion at the summit, I think. I don't know yet, but I'm quite sure
there might be likelihood of extension.
Yes, there might be.
Okay. The commissioner made reference to that last week too when he was on the program. He was saying the likelihood of it being extended is pretty high. But for those who are really, really willing to take advantage of this window, this amnesty window, what are they supposed to do? What are the requirements?
The requirements is not far-fetched from the normal thing. One, anybody that owns a land in Lagos must have an evidence of ownership. It's been very good now that you can have a deed of assignment duly stamped or a certificate of occupancy with the architectural drawing showing the way you have built it. The way you have built it, it must show what you have done. Then you submit it, and we charge you normal government fee, and you pay. Then within 10 days, you are through.
All right. So the penal fee is what is waived, right?
Yes, the penal fee is waived by His Excellency Mr. Governor Babajide Somolu.
So can you explain that? What's the penal fee?
Yeah, well, you see, when you have moved to site, you have built without approval, and you want to approach us again that you want an approval, there is a need for us to charge you a penal, because how will you just move to site that all officers that are supposed to have checked this and that, you want to move away from such opportunity? So a penal will have to be imposed on you.
Okay.
But Mr. Governor has been so magnanimous to say, okay, this is Lagos, my Lagos for you. I waive this as the governor of the state.
Okay, so that means people can benefit. Once they present all this to you,
we'll give them approval within 10 working days.
10 working days?
Yes, you can even get it within 4 working days.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's possible?
Yes, it's possible. I've done about 3.
All right. So for you now, what are the kind of approvals that you can give there and there?
Yes, the district officer's job is, one, to accept application, then grant from 0, that's let's say ground floor, we call it floor now, bungalow, the one that has no suspended slab.
Okay.
That is the popular word called decking. If you don't have decking on it, that's ground floor. So I can sign it after confirmation of your payment at the account section of my agency, then of my authority. Then ground and first too, I will grant that too after the confirmation. But if it's about 2 suspended, that is 2 decking, I have to take it back to the headquarters for their inputs.
So anything that's above 2 floors?
Yes, I have to take it. That is where 1 decking. Anything above, because our people at times, they always argue on this issue of floors, and but so
what's the difference?
Well, it is a language.
Okay.
When we say ground floor, we mean a property that has no decking. That is slab, suspended in situ.
Okay.
In the professional terms, suspended in situ, that's a concrete. It has no concrete, only roof. We call it 0, that's bungalow.
Okay.
Then anything that has 1 suspended floor, that is the slab is on it.
Right.
And you roof it, that is 2 floors.
Oh. Well, is that not supposed to be first floor?
No, that's 2 floors. So that is the issue. So we call it 2 floors.
2 floors.
Yes.
Okay.
So anything that has now 2 slab, that's 2 decking on it.
Okay. So at what point do we use story? Is it first story?
Well, you see, sometimes in the school of English, we have the normal when you say color in America, color in Europe. So the spelling, that's just what it means.
Okay.
So when you say, if you say 3-story, we'll give you as 4 floors in our own side.
Oh,
yes.
3-story building is 4 floors.
4 floors.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay, thank you so much for distinguishing that for us, really.
Yes,
but let's get to Somolu, where you superintend now. For those that are listening to us right now, they're not very familiar with Somolu local government. Take us through as an excursion through that location. Which communities fall under Somolu?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Victor. Somolu is an ancient settlement which was carved out in the old western region that run its spans from Antoni on the highway, Antoni through that Corona loop down to Yanoworo. We're being bounded by the 3rd mainland bridge and come back to the Ikorodu Road at Jibo, where we have that NNPC PFS.
Right.
That is on the, if you are leaving from here now, on the left hand side. That is anything on the left, that's Somolu.
That's Somolu.
Up to that NNPC, where before you get to ABC terminal,
right,
where they do their.
So what are the communities that you have there?
Within Somolu, we have the old Fadeyi, the new Fadeyi, part of Igbobi, where we have the Igbobi Hospital, the Igbobi Village Community, the Igbobi College, up to Morocco, Folagoro, Bajulaye, that's up to Pedro,
Lady
Lac. Then that is Bariga within the Somolu now.
Okay.
Up to Odunsi, Marobadade, all those ancient settlements. That's where we covered as a Somolu district office.
So is it a big place?
Yeah. Somolu is a very big place. It's an ancient settlement. It's big, but the urban space within it will not really make you to see it as a big district, because unlike in other places like Ikorodu that you can move and see
from one place to the other.
You can see vacant, whatever.
So I would say small but densely populated.
Densely populated. That's Somolu.
All right. So it's densely populated with buildings as well.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about some of your direct responsibilities now, which is the issuance of permits. So how many types of permits?
We have.
Do we have under LASPPPA?
Yes, we have permits are many. So we have the first one is I can tell you that we have 2 types. We can give you full permit and provisional permit.
Okay.
The full permit is when you have a registered title document. When you have a registered title document such as CFO, registered conveyance, in Somolu, the old land title conveyance of those 70s up to 78, 79 before the Land Use Act commences.
All right.
Then CFO. Then when you have that, even if you are now buying from someone that you are registering that name against that title through conveyance, you get the governor's consent. It's also part of that full planning permit. Now the provisional planning permit is that you are still processing your document, but there's need for you to move to site and start your construction.
Oh, you can give that as well?
We'll give them provisional planning permit. Yes. So
why is that necessary?
Yeah, the Mr. Governor is so nice, seeing that economy these days, things are just
very
challenging, and the little you have, quickly spend it on it.
Okay.
So we'll give them, and it has its.
So you can give me that opportunity to go ahead and do my foundation.
Yes, with planning, with provisional.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that provisional means that once I get it, am I still going to go ahead and meet LASPPPA, or can I just go ahead and start building?
No, you have to go to LASPPPA. LASPPPA is the implementing arm of the entire ministry. It's an agency and authority on its own, but they are the implementing arm. What we do when we grant approval, within the letter, the permit we're going to write to you, confirming that we have concluded and we have signed the document, you are going to say, go to LASPPPA, informing them of your intention
to build.
So when you write LASPPPA, attaching the photocopies of those documents to it, that I'm building, so LASPPPA will now say, okay, move to site, and the officers at LASPPPA will be coming and checking.
Okay.
So there's nobody that can build in Lagos without going to LASPPPA. It's an offense.
So if I just start building on my own, maybe after I've gotten the planning permit, I decide to stay, and let's say 3 weeks later, I get some money that arrives, and then I decide, look, I don't want to waste this money. Let me just start to do my foundation. You're saying now that I have to go back to LASPPPA?
You have to go to LASPPPA. LASPPPA must be aware. The document given to you.
What if I forget?
You can, if you forget, then the LASPPPA penalty will come on you. Yes, that's it. There's no excuse in law, because the document is given to you, and you will have read these 10 points there. So I think about the 9th or 11th point. So you just see that, proceed to LASPPPA, inform them of your intention to move to site.
All right. So once I do that, I can now start building.
You can now start with the LASPPPA guiding you with your professionals.
Let's get back to those permits now. So provisional and
full.
So let's talk about the full now. At what point did I get the full?
Yes, once you have a title document, a registered title document that's obtainable at land registry at Alausa,
okay,
such as CFO, registered conveyance, registered governor's consent. That is just the even if it's a court judgment and it's registered. Some land can have court judgment. So when you have court judgment and it's registered, it becomes a valid title.
Okay.
So that one too.
So it is through those titles that you can issue a full permit. If I don't have any of those titles,
then you need to. But you can be an owner of a land through purchase. Purchase with a deed of assignment that you have to go and stamp duty. With that stamp duty, will be able to give you.
So once you see that, you know that this is authentic.
Yes.
All right. We're learning a lot this morning. How long does it take to get any of your permits?
Well, any of the permits, I told you, it's 10 working days is the deal. But we've been doing some 7, 8, but 10 working days is the deal with the authority.
Are there any reasons why you would deny any person a permit?
Yeah, we can. But we can deny you if we discover that the documents submitted are faulty under the pretense of wrong ownership. At times it's very possible somebody and another person are trying to fire out on the land, while you quickly move behind to say, okay, let me go and get approval. So once we know, we revoke it and cancel the approval. Then again too, that's the major thing. This is the ownership issue first.
Okay.
That we use to deny approval.
Let's talk about Somolu now. So in terms of meeting up, when you do your inspection, I know it's densely populated, lots of buildings there. Are they really meeting up with coming to collect their planning permits?
Yes. We have the monitoring arms of LASPPPA. So, and in Somolu, we have them with us as a LASPPPA district. So on daily basis, they move out. So they move out, and with that, nobody is hiding. Somolu is an open place.
Okay.
And then we have the whistleblowing too. People can whistleblow and inform us that so thing is going on. So
okay, so those are things that are going on there.
Yes.
All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. planning permit at a glance. And this time around, we are with Somolu District. If you are within that corridor, we'll be hearing from you shortly. You can share your own experience with us. And if you have any question for Town Planner Ogunbowale, feel free to reach us on the program. And we're going to take a short break right now. When we return, I'll be asking him, if I lose my planning permit, can it be replaced? I'm sure that he'll give me answers to that. And then if I sell my property, does the physical planning permit belong to me or the property? These are many more we'll still be reflecting on. But a brief break, we'll be back.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Dear Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is the program, and I still have with me in the studios this morning Town Planner Mafikuyomi, Ogunbowale, ABAYOMI. He's very much here with me. He's a town planner with LASPPPA, that's the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and he's taking us to the classroom this morning. Also, he is the that's the district officer for Somolu local government. All right, so I'm just trying to get an update here. It says an impediment at Ojota inwards K2. Okay. Ojota inwards K2. That's on the reverse journey. All right, we'll try and find out what that is. But the traffic there from our live camera seems to have subsided. So it's looking much better through that corridor. Also from our live cameras in the studios, we can tell you Wemco inwards Latif Jakonde Road is also looking good as well. And then we can also tell you most of the areas, Alakbere, looking pretty good. We did tell you that the bridge has been open to for pedestrian use. That bridge has been completed, so you have it much better. And there's no need for pedestrian crossings on the road. So it's looking very good, even from our live cameras here in the studio. Okay, then let's get back to this. If you have any questions for my guests this morning, feel free. If you are within the Somolu axis as well, how has it been for you trying to get a planning permit? Okay, feel free to connect with us. All right, so Town Planner Ogunbowale, if I lose my planning permit, can it be replaced?
Yes, we can replace it. If you want, you have to apply for certified true copy.
Okay.
So that one is then. If it is expired, we have the duration for.
Oh, it expires.
It does. Yes, if you have
How long?
That is if you have not built at all.
Oh,
if you have not, for instance, now this 2024, you obtain an approval, and you have not moved to site for 2 years. Then
after 2 years,
you
it
have
expires.
to come back for restamping. Yes.
Wow,
you have to come back.
Wow,
So
this is new. So it's very good that you're saying it now, because I know some people might just want to jump in on it straight and say, well, after 2 years, I have the planning permit, so let me just go ahead and
you have
build.
to come back. You have to come back and so that we now reissue you with a current date.
All right. So if I sell my property, does the property or the planning permit, does it belong to me or the property?
Yes, if you sell, the property belongs, the permit belongs to the property.
Not to me.
If you sell, yes, as at the time of ownership, if the property is still yours, the permit is yours. Once you have sold, it's going back to the new owner, and the new owner will have to come and we have to do another one for the person. So by restamping,
is it not written in names?
Yes, it's written in names, in your name as at the time of ownership.
Okay.
When the property is still yours, you are still the owner. But the deed of assignment will have transpired between you and the new owner. So you being the assignor, the person being the assignee. So then the person will have to bring it back to us that he has bought, is now the owner. They will charge certain fee that is required by the regulation. Then the person will have to submit a design in his own name, and that becomes his own. Then the document is no more valid in your own hand.
Okay. So validity period, you said, is 2 years.
Yes.
Before I start building. That's if I've not built, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM 08099120777. Some of your messages are coming in, but you can feel free to speak with us as well. 09153877127. Those are the numbers that you can use to connect with us this morning on the program. This one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. Are developers required to conduct environmental impact assessments, EIS, before applying for planning permits in Somolu? Thanks. This is coming from Sheon Ibrahim. So are developers, are they supposed to apply?
Well, EIS, that's environmental planning.
Environmental impact
analysis. The assessment, it all depends on the type of construction you want to go into. You cannot say you want to build a petrol station within a community that you not do environmental impact.
Okay.
So, but if you are doing normal residential that I mentioned earlier, whether from 0 to 4 to 5, then if you are now going higher again, you must do environmental impact. But, so a developer now does not really mean the local developer.
Right.
Anyone who is building is a developer.
You mean it?
Yes. Anybody, you as a person that you owns your land and you want to build, you are the developers at that time. So the type of the proposals that you have will determine the other type of documents that must accompany it. Okay. Sometimes too, environmental impact analysis, physical planning, technical reports must, but even LUPA, that one is constant on any position of construction. Right. Any application, you must have a land use planning analysis report.
Right.
So the physical planning technical report too, for a commercial, a mixed use. You can have a mixed use land. You can have 2,000 square meters, and you want to say, okay, half of it up is for residential, half of it down is for shopping complex. So there needs for us to do the physical planning, the technical report on it.
Right.
Then as well too, you might want to have it. Somolu covers up to Ilaje, where you have a jetty. Right. You might have gotten approval from Mr. Governor or from Ministry of Tourism and they want to do a residential stroke jet. So there's need for you to do environmental impact assessment. Yes.
Okay then. Sheon Ibrahim, I hope that answers the question. This one says, good morning. Are there any financial incentives available for certain types of development, or the fees are uniform? Ganu is sending this one in.
The fees are not uniform. If you are doing residential, you should know that you will be paying lesser than somebody doing commercial.
Okay.
So that's just it.
So if it's a commercial property,
the fees are different.
It's going to be higher.
Higher. A bit. Just, Mr. Governor has done a lot of things to make sure things is very easy for Lagosians.
So slightly.
Just slightly.
Okay. Not too much of a difference.
Yes, sir.
All right. This one says, good morning, Mr. ABAYOMI. Could you walk us through the process of applying for a planning permit at Somolu Local Government District Office? Yemi from Somolu is sending that one in.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yemi. The issue is, if you want to do a building plan approval in Somolu, you need the title document, as I've earlier mentioned. So after that, the architect must design what you have, tell your architect what you want, design. Then you must have a survey plan. You must have survey plan. Survey plan shows the boundary, the entire cover, the boundary of your delineation of your land. Let me use that word. That is survey plan. Then architectural through an architect. If it's more than a ground floor, you need a structural design too. If it's more than a ground first, second, you need mechanical and electrical design. Mechanical shows how the wiring will be done. You know, it's very, very important because sometimes there can be a fire if it's not well laid out. So that those working for you on site will be able to know that, okay, these are the way the wiring must be laid. Sometimes the mechanical aspect is the plumbing must also design must also show. Not that you just decide to say, okay, I want my parlor to have a toilet. It's not possible. You'll have taken shown us a design. So after that, then you bring it to us. We'll assess it. We'll do your site inspection to know the land that you are claiming.
Okay.
Whether the land, sometimes if you say the length has, constantly in Lagos, 60 by 120, you are sure of that. But in Somolu, it's not always 60 by 120.
So what could it be?
Sometimes it can be 50 by 100. Majority of land is always 50 by 100 in Somolu.
In Somolu?
Yes.
Is it because it's old?
Yes, that's the old land allocation system.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a message here that says, please reach out to your officials managing the traffic from Alaka to Igomu end of Eco Bridge. I understand there are repairs going on, but it is almost a standstill today. All right. Thank you so much. You didn't put your name, by the way. Traffic managers along that stretch, you can keep us posted what's happening. And control room, help us keep an eye on that. It says repair works going on Igomu towards Eco Bridge. It is a standstill situation. That's what this listener is saying. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. All right, 080-9912-0777 and 091-5387-7127. Those are the numbers that you can call us. Hello there. Okay, well, that's that. This one says, how does LASPPPA enforce building compliance once a permit has been issued?
Yeah, I told you that we have the sister agency, which is LASPPPA, Lagos State Building Control Authority.
All right.
So what they do is once we grant approval, we'll send photocopy of that approval to them at the district level.
Okay.
Me as a district officer, we are in tandem with the district supervisor of LASPPPA.
So you work together?
Yes. So once we do, on weekly basis, we communicate to them. We have granted the following approval with the address, everything. So whether you even come to LASPPPA or not, they will know. They will know.
Okay.
So that's the job.
But if I start building, they will not know.
They will know. In the cost on daily basis, their own job is to do.
Are they always going around?
Of course, they do. You see vehicles every day.
They come around to monitor.
Yeah, seriously. So you know hiding place.
If I see them coming, I will stop building.
Let me tell you, some people even build on weekends.
Yes.
And we have the
monitoring team.
The monitoring team. Then we have the what do we call it now? You blow it out agenda.
Okay, the whistle blow. Okay.
So somebody will whistle blow you.
All right. This one says, good morning, Victor and ABAYOMI. Please, how long does it usually take to process and approve a planning permit at the district level? Bolanle is sending that one in.
I told you, within 10 days.
10 working days.
10 working days. Because why 10 working days? Sometimes it can be 7. But we have a mandate of 10 working days. Once you pay, you have to first come. We'll have already done the screening of the design. Check your survey, whether it's yours, whether it's both they both in tandem. Not that somebody is saying Sikiru Balogun and you are bringing a document Kafaya to Lakashegbe. So then once everything goes, you lodge in on Monday on the 1.
Right.
By on the same on the 1, we've transferred your file to a double file will have been open for account confirmation. So within 10 days, your approval will be out.
Where's your office in Somolu?
Yeah, Somolu district office. We are in the town planning office at Ilupeju, by the loop. That's strictly behind the LSDPC. Yes.
So it's by the loop at town planning.
Town planning. Yes, we are at number 6 town planning way.
Okay.
Beside LSDPC.
All right. Okay, then. So for those who are listening to us right now, if they want to get in touch with you for process anything at Somolu, they can always come there.
Yes.
All right, then. As we round off the program, what's your advice to the listening public on physical planning permit in Lagos State?
Yes, I will advise whoever that wants to be a developer. One, you have to come to town planning office. Don't patronize tout. If you patronize tout, it makes things difficult. So you would be thinking that it's the procedure that is cumbersome. But once you come into this, an open office, you come, we give you what that you need to do. And again, do not think payment to government is a waste of resources that you want to move and go and start construction. Once you are caught, we will penalize you.
All right.
Then adding more to your money, to the coffer of
right.
government.
Okay, then we'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having you in the building. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Time planner Mafikuyomi Ogunbowale ABAYOMI has been my guest. He's an assistant director of town planning services for the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and he's the district officer for Somolu local government. I hope you must have learned one or two things. All right, we have to go. The program has been produced by Mike James. I say a big thank you to Grace Ashekun in the building as well, and of course to our social media team, Okpayemi Shodunke and Afe John. I do appreciate you. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. And I cannot forget the public affairs team from the ministry. Maximum thanks to Sanusi Mukaila and, of course, to Akinsoya Adetola. Next week, Thursday, the program makes a return. But till then, I am Victor Oteri. Have a great day. Bye.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community